All right, today we are going to discuss what I am going to call the golden handcuffs of weight loss. I love talking to you guys. It's so great because I have all these little ideas running around in my head, and it gives me a place to record it, share it, and hopefully engage you guys in some conversation about it. So what is golden handcuffs, first off? And so I never even knew about this term until I met my father-in-law, who had worked for many different corporations. And this was back, of course, in the 70s and 80s. And what they would do, these corporations, is as you became higher management, they would give you these huge bonuses. They might give you a company car. They might give you, like some kind of a credit card with a balance on it that you could use. Like there was all these fringe benefits, right? And so even if you hated the job, and he had some of these, he really did not like the job, you felt a sense of fear from leaving the job because you were going to miss out on the golden handcuffs, all the fringe benefits, right? The great salary, the bonuses, the perks, the company car, all those kinds of things. So how do I see this playing into weight loss? This idea of almost being kind of like, I don't want to say indebted to, but like you feel like there's this great thing that you have that you're so desperately afraid of letting go that you're actually kind of maybe even slowly killing yourself inside because you're miserable. And instead of acknowledging that, you keep jumping through all the hoops, right, to keep the benefits that you see that you think you're getting. And how this I see playing into weight loss is when we talk about a naturally occurring goal weight versus a man-made goal weight. So a naturally occurring goal weight is, this is the amount of effort I'm willing to put in when it comes to my food and my fitness, and this is where my weight settles in. So maybe it's 175, maybe it's 165, maybe it's 155. But as I live my life in a comfortable way for me, this is the weight that my body settles in at. So this would not be a golden handcuffs moment because you're not pushing yourself. You're not working 80-hour work weeks. You're not doing big dinners and elaborate events to make everybody happy and the higher up to give you the bonuses and the fringe benefits that you think you want. So that's, the idea of the naturally occurring goal weight. Now, the man-made goal weight is where our golden handcuffs come in. You have set your eye on a specific number. I want to weigh 125. I want to weigh 132.5 pounds. I mean, people come up with all kinds of numbers for all different kinds of reasons. And then they achieve it. And this is where we go into this. So you worked your way up. You got to that management position. You've got the number you wanted. Now you are hustling every day to keep up with that. And what I mean by hustling is when you had a number you were aiming for, just like somebody who wanted to work their way up the corporate ladder, you wanted all those fringe benefits. You wanted to weigh that number. You wanted to be there. So now you're there and you get the fringe benefits. But you're also maybe having to sacrifice time with your family. You might be at a place where you can't say yes to pizza out with the kids. Maybe you're at a place where you're having to be super restrictive and you don't want to be, but you don't know how to get out of it. You've now gotten to this place, you're really kind of working to maintain a number versus living a life that yields a number. And this is what I want us to be super careful, because I do see this, by the way. I see this in real term outcomes where people have achieved a weight that they had saw as being the upper level of management, the where they were aspiring to get to. They've worked and worked and worked to get there, and now they have to work to keep it. And the level of work required for those golden handcuffs might not be what they wanted to do forever. Okay? And so this is why I push you guys, find your naturally occurring goal weight. Unlike a corporate job that one day you will retire from, hopefully, right? You don't get to retire from this. Like if you want your weight to stay at a healthy level and you want it to be consistent, then what you do today is really what you're kind of doing till the day you die. So you have to really see this as a long-term job that you're keeping up with, okay? And if you feel you got those golden handcuffs on, meaning you're really working your ass off, excuse my language, but you are, to keep a certain weight on the scale, you may want to step back and say, is this worth it to me? And is this making my life enjoyable? And is it really worth it? And the answer sometimes might be yes. And sometimes it might be no. And then you say, okay, but then what do I do, Heather? Well, what you do is you write out what you want your life to look like. What about your life right now does not feel good, does not feel in balance, does not feel something you could sustain? And then start making alterations and say, you know what, let me see where my naturally occurring weight goes. So if today I weigh 125 and I'm saying no to all these events or all these things, and I really want to start saying yes, start saying yes. And if your weight bumps up to 135 and it settles in there, great. That's your naturally occurring goal weight, right? Because you're not striving to just maintain a number, you're actually striving to maintain a lifestyle. For my father-in-law with the corporate world, that's what it was. He was excited initially about all the fringe benefits. But then when he saw the amount of time he was having to miss out on his family time, all the things he had to do that were expected of him, it wasn't so beautiful anymore. It wasn't so exciting. It wasn't so awesome, right? And that's kind of what I see with weight. Sometimes people pick a weight that requires such a level of effort, they really don't enjoy the process of keeping up with that. And you've got to find that level where you're willing to settle in, do this day in and day out, and be okay with it because it's the right balance for you. You guys have a great day. Please like and subscribe. I hope this golden handcuff idea, natural weight versus man-made weight, is helping you kind of think about your journey a little bit differently. I will talk to you soon.